All right, we're back, and welcome to the Wednesday night stream. We're talking about some Homelab stuff tonight, and yeah, we'll cover a few things. I was a minute or two late getting started because had a little issue with StreamYard and was trying to rebuild all my scenes prior to going live. Thankfully, I had the thought to restart my browser again, and all the old scenes came back. Definitely a StreamYard issue. Leave it to them and their beta features that they keep adding. So, yeah. So I think things have been going all right today. Started off the morning getting my permanent crown in, which is nice to have the dental work finished up for a while, and hopefully just have to get my cleanings every 6 months going forward. Will be a lot cheaper than what the last 15 months have been. So yeah, hopefully that's behind me, and I think I've pretty much rebounded from the power outage issue, with the exception of YouTube. And I knew I was going to take a hit this month, but you know, when you're without power for a week or almost a week, it's much more difficult to engage with the audience and keep things moving to the level that everybody's used to, myself included. So here we are, and hopefully things are going to rebound further in June. As of just prior to the stream, I was looking at some of the statistics that I keep on a monthly basis, just sort of a subset of what YouTube provides me, just so I can see where things are going. And compared to May of last year, I am down 40 subscribers, meaning that I had added 40 more subscribers for the month of May last year than I've added so far this year. Bringing my total, we'll call it till the end of May. I know we're not quite there yet. I'm down by 73 to the end of May, which I'm hoping that's going to be under 70 by the time the 31st or the 1st of June gets here, and I have, final numbers for May. But yeah, we're I've seen a hit this year. So let's check in with chat, and then we'll talk about a few things, right? Grish was here first, of course. Welcome. And David is here as well. Thank you for being here. My camera angle is way off. That's closer to where it should be. Okay, so let me bring up. I've got a few things I want to talk about. So, let's go to this screen. All right. So what you're seeing right now is Jet KVM. I've got this hooked up to my Ubuntu box. And if we go to settings, we'll see that we have an update available. So let's take the TVJ approach and do it live. So let's go ahead and update this now and see what good or bad things might happen in the process. So I will say, not Jet KVM related, but the guys over at Tailscale put out a video in the past few days. I saw it today. And basically he was taking I think it was a Dell, one of the 1 liter PCs, and he was using that for Proxmox, but he went through the whole setup and used the GLI.net Comet. Instead of hooking up a mouse and keyboard and all that to it, he right from the start used GLI Comet, GLI.net Comet, and I thought it was interesting that he chose to use a USB stick for the OS instead of loading the ISO image into the memory on the Comet. We'll take a look at the Comet in a minute, but yeah. Let's see. What's this community leaderboard thing? Are you talking specifically related to YouTube? I have not seen this yet. I've heard it being mentioned multiple times over the past several months. And so basically it's supposed to be, from my understanding, well, let's see. Community leaderboard thing. The little crowns next to our names. Are you talking in the YouTube chat specifically? Let me pull up and see what you might be seeing. I don't generally monitor. Oh, I have not seen those before. That's something brand new to me. Community leaderboard. I'm guessing the number that you came into the stream as. That feature does not come through on StreamYard yet. So that's interesting. I know the stars are for members, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, interesting. I have not seen that before, so I'll have to dig into some YouTube documentation and find out about that. So anyway, back to the Jet KVM. I'm apparently number one. Yes, you are. Maybe being first might actually have some value to it. It says I get 75 experience points. Well, everybody's trying to make, everything in life a game these days, right? Okay, so let's take a look. Jet KVM changelog. Releases 041. Okay. All main channel releases are rolled out in stages, typically taking a few days for the entire fleet to upgrade. Notable changes. Multiple keyboard layouts. Now Paste Text supports multiple keyboard layouts. Okay, that's not going to impact me. Fixes. Handle any panic during call RPC handler. Fix screen scaling issue. Okay, now that one might actually be helpful to me. And last week was a bigger update. TLS support, mount as disk, network settings page. Let's see, network settings. Network. Ooh, nifty. DHCP provided, .local or custom, MDNS, time synchronization, IPv4 mode. Nifty. Pointer and keyboard lock, improved mouse wheel scrolling, display orientation, keyboard macros. Nice. Okay, well, so we've had a few good size updates to Jet KVM. This is still kind of weird sometimes that even though there's a computer turned on and attached to it, it still sometimes does this no HDMI signal detected. Not entirely sure what's going on there because I don't have hibernation turned on the Ubuntu machine. So might be swapping and putting the comment on the Ubuntu machine and putting Jet KVM on the B-Link. We'll see what happens. All right, so let's see. Nothing new in chat. All right, so GLINet comment. This, I think, actually has a little bit more, I would almost call it consistent look, clean look. I don't know. So you got your settings page with all the fun stuff. You got a toolbox for pasting text and your keyboard shortcuts. Terminal access, accessories, which I'm assuming would be if you had a USB stick plugged into this, which I might have one in my pocket. Let's see what we can do with this, just for fun. Let's throw this one on there. All right, we'll give that a minute. It says no external device, so maybe that's not for a USB stick. Sure looks like a USB on there, but anyways, we got virtual media. There's 5.73 gigabytes. Now, let's, just for the sake of argument, downloads. Okay. The Proxmox VE installer is 1.57 gigabytes. And this is 5.73 gigabytes. So we could put the installer for Proxmox on here easily, right? Drag or click to upload from host or upload from URL. So let's just for grins, copy link. Paste, confirm. As though that's actually doing its thing and downloading it. That's fair. That is fair. I'm curious to see what controls they give you once you've got an ISO on here to delete it, and what else you might be able to do with it once you've got it on here. So you sure the Ubuntu machine is not turning off the display? That could be it. Like I said, I've got to dig into it. It's not anything that I have intentionally set, so it might have been an out of the box setting that I didn't change, and that's the default behavior. So like I said, I've got to dig into that because this has been something that I've been fighting ongoing, but you'd almost think that you would have like a mouse jiggler built into the KVM so that you could keep it going. But no, he has actually not called me. I haven't talked to him in more than a week. It was before I had power back was the last time I talked with him. So and boy does it sure feel good to have to go a full week with power. So yeah. I could at least show a black screen so that you can wiggle the mouse to wake instead of just crapping out. Yes, I agree. Anyway, it's an issue that for my use case, I want to find a solution and get it documented. I think it would make a good, relatively short video, whether it's a vertical video or not. I don't know yet, but I think that would be a good uh, solution video to have documented. So anyway, as far as virtual media on the Jet KVM, it does not look like well, you've got options. URL mount is coming soon. Browser mount is URL mount is experimental. Browser mount is coming soon. Jet KVM storage mount is available. I will say, I mean, looking at this, Jet KVM has like double the storage that the Comet has. And all I've got on here right now is RescueZilla. So, it's I guess it comes down to what your use case is. How do you want to use it? Oh, well, that worked. So let's poke around. Let's poke around. We'll throw this into full screen. And let's go into settings and what display. So that would probably be under power, screen blank. Let's say never. We'll put that in performance mode because why not? So I would imagine that will take care of the issue. Yeah. I feel the Jet KVM compression stream is better than the Comet. Yeah, it appears to be. I've definitely noticed some differences on that. I mean, both of them will work in a pinch without an issue. I have no problem using either. I wish the Jet KVM software showed, like a major version release and not just 0 point whatever. I think for me, I like the LCD display on the Jet KVM. Is the Comet usable? Yes, absolutely. Now, where I think the Comet gets things right is by using tail scale for remote access instead of having a website that the company controls. I would prefer other options as well, just so the end user has some choice in the matter. Having NetBird or Zero Tier to have something that's not based on WireGuard, or there's another one. There's a couple other ones out there. Would be nice to see supported. Maybe that'll come in time. I would hope that they will have more than one app in their apps plural center. Otherwise, they should just take the S off, app center, or just call it tail scale integration or something like that. Or just call it remote. I don't know. I would like to see, let's just poke around a bit. Change log. Okay. Releases. This page is deactivated. Go to firmware download page. I don't want firmware download page. I specifically want the Comet. Accept. Firmware. 123 was released on 5/25, which was over the weekend. Added 4:3 aspect ratio to EDID settings. Fixed audio output failure. Fixed UI rendering anomalies on configuration page. Resolve various known issues. Optimized file transfer speed. Device performance, and added IPv6 support. That's fair. So what I don't see is what their plans are for future development, right? That would be wonderful to see that. Um, unveils comet. So yeah, May 22nd. That's all in good. It's a breakthrough for IT professionals. Sure. So and the PoE version is coming soon. I might as well get notified on that. Okay, well, you're going to look at me while I fill this out. Okay. Finger bot. Sure, I don't know what that is. What the heck is a finger bot? Oh, attached to the USB slot. Okay. Sure, I'll sign up for that as well. Yay. All right, let's see. There we go. All right. So Fingerbot, like the APX controller. I don't know what APX is. Oh, ATX. That makes more sense. Yeah. Well, I still want to know more about this Fingerbot. Yeah, I don't see. Oh well. We'll delve into that another day, I guess. There's an app for it. Okay, so enough of that for the moment. So I'm still kind of feeling behind on things, but I'm starting to get caught up. Where did that go? Um, so interesting development on the Apple front. It seems that, and we'll find out for sure at WWDC when they broadcast the big announcements. But it seems that Apple is changing their OS numbering schemes and making them all consistent. So um Mac OS, iOS, and iPad OS, at least the big three there, are going to bump from their respective versions to version 26, which is interesting. The idea, I from my understanding at this point, is really twofold. One, to bring them all to a uniform numbering scheme, since let's face the fact that they're all based on the same underlying OS. It's just a different stack on top of each, right? And let's also face the fact that Mac OS should really be at a much higher version than what it is. Um, so that's the latest from the Apple rumor mill, is that there's going to be no Mac OS 16, there's going to be no iOS 19 or whatever the heck it's on. It's all going to be version 26, and the way they came up with this is the same sort of psychological warfare that the car companies play on us. And basically, since it comes out 3/4 of the way through the year, for with like Mac OS, for instance, you use the following year to make it seem newer longer, right? So, like, in September or October or whatever, you'll see the 2026 model year cars coming out. Well, I guess Apple's getting on that bandwagon, which I think is an interesting concept. I think they're having multiple version numbers, differing version numbers, the way they've done for so long is kind of dumb. But you know, uh, that was apparent back in the days of Mac OS 10.4. It's like, okay, well, that should have been 11, and even if they only changed it every other year, they still would have been at a higher number than iOS and iPad OS. But you know, it is what it is. I think it will be an interesting change. I do wonder how much software will break because of that kind of version change. And you know, if it will light the fire under the behinds of companies like Telestream that haven't updated ScreenFlow since 2021. Um, and that was like what, Mac OS 12, something like that. Um, that's almost 4 years ago. So it'll be interesting to see, but too little, too late on the part of Telestream, because they've already lost me as a customer. I don't see myself going back. They'd have to offer me a free upgrade and um, have a really huge update to get me to install the next version. So looks like Nerd 45 has joined us. Welcome. Um, oh, that's interesting. It bumped Nerd 45 to number 2 and David to number 3. I don't know how this works. um, let's see. Also checking out of the Wolves Oklahoma City NBA game as the Wolves lose the deciding series game, maybe next year. I should say it's halftime, but the score is 65 to 32. Holy crow. Um, um, oh, that's a good question. That's a good question. Um, yeah, that's YouTube for you. You took my number 2 spot. All right. So what's next, right? Uh what's coming up in my bigger plan? Okay, that's really distracting seeing myself on both screens. So over the weekend I um got my copy of Camtasia. It is very cool. I'm really happy with the um, purchase there. Um, and you know my the for crying out loud. Give me just a second. Okay, let's do this. Is it going to display that? Yeah. So I went through the training. Uh, thank you for having the ability to change the speed of the video playback. Because I watched most of the videos anywhere from 1.25 speed to 1.75 speed. Just because a lot of it was review from having already watched videos on YouTube. And they did um, they did have little quizzes integrated in, so you had to get at least an 80% to pass. And I don't know what my overall score was, but on several of the quizzes, I got 100% on the first try. There were, I think, 2 I had to go back. I'm mainly I missed the 80% by 1 question. Uh, so I went back and I did all those again. And second time through, I think I got 100% on all of them. But um, so yeah, certification expires in May of 2027. So, I'm happy to have one current certification to my name, I guess. Um, not that I'm going to be like the professional video editor or anything, but this does open up some new possibilities. Um, so when I opened Camtasia today, there was an update available, which is something that uh, I'd not expected. But so they updated me to 2025.1.2. I think I was on 1.1 when I made the purchase on Sunday. So, hey, I'll take it. Um, last night after the member stream, I'll bring this up for a laugh. Last night on the member stream, I um thought, okay, well, I'm awake now. I will stay up and record a video. Well, so I spent the time to record this video, and wouldn't you know it, I had the roadcaster muted, and so the only audio I've got here, this little blip on the timeline, is system audio. Uh, so um it's one of those things. I'm going to attempt to do a voiceover on this and cut, whatever, 16 and a half minutes of footage down to like 9 or 10, um and just uh do a voiceover and get it released. But um I had hoped to just release this today, and that just didn't work out, right? Um, but this is quite the game changer as far as an editor. And they've got their little um keyboard shortcuts, which are customizable. So I'm looking at bringing the Stream Deck back up, um, and redoing the cabling on my desk so that I've got room for the Stream Deck. But I will see about getting some of this stuff programmed in so that I can um, just continue to speed up my editing process, right? So anyway, that's one of the things I'm working on. The um, the I guess side quest, you could call it, is to um, feel comfortable enough with Camtasia by the end of the month, so by the end of Saturday, so that I can hit the ground running in June. um, I want to publish at least 25 pieces of video content in June. That's going to include shorts, long form, and live streams. So it's not really a stretch. I think I may have already surpassed that for May. If I come down here, today's the 28th, and we're doing the live stream. No, I don't have that. I've got a live stream, so that gets me May video content. It's showing as 42. So 25 is not a stretch for June. Now, I think a disproportionate amount of my content this month has been shorts. Largely, I didn't have a choice, given the power outage, but so what's going on here? Channel content. All right. Last standalone video was on the 26th. So that was one there. We had 2 shorts on the 27th, one on the 26th. Good. And then um, 27th had apparently I published 2 shorts yesterday and 1 live. So we're actually at 43 pieces of content for the month. Is that right on shorts? Was that 2 yesterday? Yep, 2 yesterday. Okay. I thought so, but and then of course, what did I put for posts? I posted one today. 17 responses. That's better than normal. Posts on the 28th, 1. Okay. Yeah. May total content for May, so that's including posts, is 78. 43 out of that 78 were videos of some variety, and yeah, it's like 17 shorts, 10 videos, and 16 live streams. So not terribly shabby, I guess. So anyway, let's see. Okay, apparently everybody has been really chatty. We got 10 people watching. Okay, let's see. Getting demoted is a bummer. Maybe it depends on activity. More activity. Okay, I think you made your point. Who knows? Let's see if YouTube demotes me this stream, but you had more activity. Much more activity. Oh wait. No, you just had one chat. Guess not activity.
Joe Cephas has entered the ring. Fight.
Yep. Dropped even further. This has to be a new feature that I haven't heard about yet till tonight. Guess I'm on the list. How about now? Stuck on the list. It's something new that YouTube is doing. It's nothing I've got control over. Feel like I'm back at my day job with the ass kissers running the shop. No, I haven't talked to him. He hasn't called me or anything. What did I do? Somehow bumped past all the others in the YouTube ranking for this stream. let me take a look over here. All right. Yeah, Joe definitely jumped to number 2. Hey, people watching, come on in and try to bump one of the other people. You know, let's see how this thing really works. If you click on the crown, it will show your experience points. Okay, it doesn't show me anything on the back end. It's interesting though. Joe took my spot. Now I'm back to number 1. What are these rankings? Where did they come from? Obviously, they came from YouTube. Am I sleep dreaming? Yes. Ah! Honestly, just a giant distraction, pretty much. How do I get back to number 1? Well, first you go wipe the number 2 out of your pants, and then you rejoin chat. Maybe you can become number 1 again. Since my desk is now in the restroom, I'll go ahead and clean the toilets. Wish that was my age. However, I was 45 when I created the account. That's fair. Half of the chat is about the ranking thing. Well, okay, so let's ranking. Participant ranking. It's not giving me the answers I want. What are the rankings by username in YouTube live stream? YouTube rank tool. No, I don't think that's it. I'm not turning back anything useful. All right. I'm probably not asking the question properly or something. I don't know. If you click on the crown, it shows your experience points. It's always changing. I'm back to 1. You're a wonderful person, both inside and out. I'm enjoying your live streams and your company. Resolve my position. Different day, same. I'm resolved to my position. I'm having trouble keeping up with chat. In fact, the mere presence of you on my TV brightens my day. How many more compliments before I get number 1? Does it give you points if you do a super chat? That I don't know. Did you have to work today? Yes, I only worked until 3:00. I got my permanent crown at the dentist at 9:30. Well, I was there at my appointment was at 9:30. They didn't actually get me in until 9:45. So yeah, it does for super chat. Wow. I found the description. Grish has 125 experience points. Thank you for the test super chat. Hey, if they're gonna make it a game, then great. Darn. I'm I'm still 125 XP is writing this. Well, are you trying to buy a higher spot? Maybe. Just wants to be over Joe, right? Open the stream on your phone or browser as a viewer. Let's see if I can mute my phone and not cause a bunch of echo here. Do that, and then if I go to YouTube, and it will let me change my Switch account. Okay, so let's log in as like-minded, and then we'll go to my main channel. Not that. And so I get an ad because I've only got skip. Thank you. Okay, so it's not showing me as from that account as having a rank. Looks like Grish is the Burger King, Joe is the Hamburglar, and everybody else is Grimace. Yeah, when I tap my profile on chat on the phone, it doesn't show a rank. So I don't know. But it does show another person watching the stream, so I guess I'll leave it set. Securing my future. Is it capping out at 125? Wonder if channel members have anything. Always wanted a crown. Now I understand us cheapskates are put where we belong. Oh, look at that. It's some channel called Like Minded. I wonder who that could be. Seems like whoever gets to 125 first, and it just freezes like that for the rest of the stream. Interesting. Decrowned a while ago. I see you have 25 experience points for like-minded account. I would guess it tells the stream host who they should pay attention to. That's fair. So I guess what what I should really be doing is cheating. Oh, well. Test milestone chat points, member for 14 months. Woohoo! I see you've got a star. It's showing on the YouTube side of things that I'm looking at. $14 months, and do you feel like you've got Stockholm syndrome at this point? Is that why you stick around? Um, I continue to torture you and you just kind of like the torture or something. Um, all right. So, um, yeah, the weekend. So I did get some things done. I got some stuff moved, not as much as I wanted to. But I was kind of enjoying just having power and just having my stress level drop after the previous hell week. Um, so yeah, I'm in the process of getting stuff moved around. I figured out on the desk in the old business office downstairs that it does come apart in two pieces. And so if I can get the L part um, unscrewed, then I can actually move it around by myself and put it back together. So that will make a secondary or tertiary, I guess, location for doing video work at. And I may end up moving the Mac down there for the summer, just for a change of scenery to get this room changed around and holy crow. And moving back in the right direction. Okay, so obviously I'm not paying enough attention to chat. So to tie for number one test. Well, thank you, Joe. If you were a different gender and at least an 8, then I would accept any torture, like with my CFO. Okay, so we've established that David considers his CFO to be at least an 8. Um, um, uh, let's see. What the heck? Wait, maybe now. Test. What the heck? Okay. um, uh-oh, did I reveal a hidden desire for M&Ms? I've secured my future at 125. Oh my. What is this? Like a monkey see, monkey do contest over here? Member for 14 months. Hey, look at that. All right. Must be some secret algorithm that decides rankings. That's possible. I was not aware of it, but I didn't watch the YouTube news update this week. So maybe I missed something that I should have listened to, right? I don't like losing. I never would have guessed that about you, Josephus. I'm the first loser. All right. So I completely lost my train of thought after all this. I appreciate everybody's generosity tonight to figure out the crown ranking thingy. Um, What do they call that? Creator news. Filter this week. Let's see. 3 days ago, Creator News, Google I/O, AI updates, Blue Sky verification, YouTube quiz stickers. I'm still waiting for the YouTube courses that they keep talking about that I still don't have available to my channel. Although I did get a notification today that I've got auto translations now available to me. So I'll test that out the next time I upload a video. Yeah, there are in fact courses available on YouTube. There's courses not available to my channel, but you know, maybe I don't have enough viewers or subscribers. I don't know. I don't know. I wish I did. I really wish I did. But sadly, let's see. Where did I leave off on the Krish, how do I delete your account? Oh my gosh. First, my YouTube stream I do weekly has up to 300 viewers. I would be in my interest to disable the my first YouTube stream I do weekly has up to 300 viewers. Would be in my interest to disable the rankings. By the way, I learned something about Vid Summit this year that was very disheartening for me. Oh, that's not good. You're streaming. Guess who the keynote is going to be? I'm number 3 now. What the hell? How did I make number 2? You're 125 now. Yeah, courses feel like vaporware. Yeah, I'm with you there. I had high hopes for that when it was announced. How did that happen? I'm being dethroned. Coming for you. What is it? What is this? France during the Revolution. You're all going for King Louis. Somebody gets to be judge and jury and operator of the guillotine. I'm coming for you. Super chats don't seem to help. Well, maybe not with rankings, but I appreciate it. I lost my ranking but kept the experience points. Interesting. Oh, stream for church. Gotcha. Wonder if the ranking has anything to do with the complexity of question. Very interesting. I guess number 3 is better than number 2. Well, anyway. So yeah. Interesting stuff happening, I guess. Maybe a long comment helps. Long, long, medium, medium, short, short. Would you rather have a solid, have a number 3 or a solid 2? We'll see if this does anything. Would you rather have a number 3 and solid 2? Your verbose comments are your greatest asset. I would take the latter, especially after Taco Bell. Maybe compliments help. Nobody ever told me I was at a loss for words. It did not show my comment. That's a bummer. Well, and welcome, Jason's Lab. How are you doing, Jason? It's been a minute. Taste in music is eclectic, and I really enjoy it. You are the man. um, 3 beers in. Wow. Fortunately, I don't have any beer in the apartment at the moment. So, I'm 2 screwdrivers in. Well, hey, it's all good. I don't think I'm going to have anything new over here. No, nothing new there. So, I'm actually still kind of surprised at the 2 shorts from yesterday. They definitely have a slow start, but sometimes they just really boggle my mind on the angle of the graph. But unfortunately, it's like a completely separate audience for the most part, and doesn't really help me much. So, all right. Well, I guess we've talked about the Comet, we've talked about the Jet KVM, we've talked about some future changes and things I'm going to be doing. Yeah. So the midweek news will come out tomorrow if all goes well tonight. and it'll be the first that will be built in Camtasia. So that's a nice change, right? So maybe that will be a good thing. I'm not entirely sure yet. Um, very much open to some feedback. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Do your thing tomorrow, please. Um, I'm curious to get some outside verification that the audio is um, as clean as what I've been getting from ScreenFlow when I publish the next midweek news tomorrow. So it's a different paradigm, I guess you could say, when it comes to the way they do their settings and things. So I'm still experimenting and getting used to it, but I think uh, in the long run, um, it will be a good change, and hopefully things will fall into place. Let's see. For Canadian, 3 beers as an appetizer. Oh wow, Joe. Wow. I'm still picking up a Jet KVM. My Jet KVM came, but I have not yet to have yet to even open it. Well, dang, Joe. What are you waiting for? I had my Jet KVM for a few months now. It's freaking awesome. Yeah. Um, I've been happy with it. I really dig the screen on it. I wish they'd bump up their version numbering to a 1.x release, but um, you know, to each their own. Maybe they'll get on the bandwagon like Apple's doing, and bump everything up to version 26. Yeah. So let's see. What can I say now? Um I've only ever been to Canada once, and I wasn't old enough to drink even when I went, so that wasn't as fun as it could have been, I suppose. Um, took a high school trip to Toronto many years ago, many years ago. Um, fun city, but yeah. Uh, if you don't use your Jet KVM, I will take it. Is it for your Blue Iris machine? How far are you from Canada? It depends on which direction you go. You can get to Canada from Michigan in multiple directions, I guess. Yeah. I think what was it? When we left from the high school, I think it was like a 4.5 hour drive to Toronto. Because we had to leave early, early in the morning. Um, so it's about a 90-minute drive from my location to Detroit. And then, of course, you got to go through the tunnel over to Canada from the eastern side of Detroit. And at the time, it wasn't any big deal. Of course, we were taking a school bus across, and that was all cleared ahead of time. But yeah, I think it was at least another 2-hour drive to Toronto. But I mean, technically, if it's 90 minutes to Detroit, you know, figure another 30 minutes to an hour to get to the far extreme east point of Detroit and then go over the bridge. Not sure what your chances are of getting stopped before you enter Canada at this point in time, but I don't think that's being helped by the current regime in DC these days. So I don't suspect I'll be going to Canada again anytime soon. I'd love to go back to Toronto one day, but you know, I think that's going to be a while yet. I'm planning to use it as a toy. I just need some time. But if I sell it, there will be a markup. The Joe tariff. You should do an invoice and where you used to have the JAU, the Joe approved unit. Now you've got the JAT, the Joe approved tariff. Hey, buddy, you brought this on yourself. I'm on Vancouver Island. 30 degrees today. Fahrenheit. I once worked for Nortel in Canada. The company HQ was in Toronto and engineering lead was in Ottawa, which is where I was assigned. Ottawa is an interesting city. Never been. I must have traveled back and forth about 100 times in 2.5 years. Felt like I was in a different world, a fake little world where everyone was on antidepressants. The JAT. By the way, I now have everything for my home network upgrade. Maybe need one more DAC. Nice. T-shirt says, "I'm fat, so pay your JAT." Oh my. Well, this went off the rails quickly. Oh, well. It's been an hour and 25 minutes. Hopefully I've made up for the fuster cluck that was last night. So pronounced Jat. Oh boy. Well, hey, you know, in the UK, you've got value added tax, so why not? I guess they pronounce that VAT over there. I don't know. Surprised Steven didn't message you after we sent him Facebook messages. He probably ignored them. I don't think he checks Facebook that often anymore. So, all right. Well, does anybody have any other items to discuss tonight? I think we've covered everything that I had intended to cover. Oh, it's his company Facebook. I'm not entirely sure that he's the one that manages his company Facebook. I think he's got a lackey that does that, at least in part these days. Like to see a fresh RSS clean out. Well, there's a few things over there, I guess. We could take a quick look at that. All right. So software, App Flowy, a Notion alternative. It's now available as a flat pack. That would be kind of interesting to test out. Security updates, Debian, Mageia, Slackware. Finally dropping support for 486 class CPUs with kernel 6.15. Darn. DeepSeek releases updated R1 reasoning model. Microsoft finally brings anonymous file sharing to Office apps on Android. Vanishing install button in software updater. Don't know what that's about, but probably should take a look. Microsoft is opening Windows Update to third-party apps. Interesting. Microsoft is previewing a new Windows Update orchestration platform that lets third-party apps schedule and manage updates alongside system updates. My question is, who in their right mind is requesting that? Okay, well, I guess that's that. I guess I can probably take Nova Spirit Tech out of here since Don is no longer with us. Interesting. Well, did I not get... Huh. Interesting. What else can I talk about tonight? I've been playing with Image some more. This is just the demo install running on top of Casa OS in a VM on... there's a new Casa OS update available. This is running in a VM on Proxmox. I swear I just... Excuse me, check for updates. Currently at the latest version. But that's saying there's an update available. 0.4.5 update. So they're now calling Casa OS the Zima OS Open Beta project, apparently. 4.4.2. What am I running? 4.15. Must be old updates. Yeah, 4.3 is from 2023. All right. So, anyways, I've been playing with Image some more. I've just got amazingly photos of me on here that a lot of stuff I've done for thumbnails and whatnot, or shorts or little videos I've taken with the phone. But yeah, there's remnants of the garage cleanup. I guess that's fun. It was quite the ordeal. Could have been a lot worse. Could have been a lot worse. Better to take out the garage than to take out the main building. But it really screwed that garage up. That's anyway. And then a picture of my niece from 2011. Kid's 16 now. Hard to believe. Definitely makes me feel old. Hasn't been too much terribly exciting happening in the Action 1 world. The most exciting thing there, I think, 233,995. The most exciting thing here lately has been not dark mode. Where did they hide that? Is it under organizations? No. So they've added role-based access control to much of Action 1. There's still some things that they need to tweak yet, but this is still a cool platform, and it's really changed my approach to keeping things patched at work. So obviously I'm not doing as good a job at home, but I'm guessing that's for the Mac Mini. LibreOffice, Visual Studio Code, and LibreOffice. No mention of Thunderbird. Maybe that's not for this. Oh, I got 40 non-critical vulnerabilities. Let's get that deployed right now. Yay, maintenance work. Hopefully that'll kick right off. Anyways. Okay, we did the fresh RSS clean out. I'm still here hoping I can display Scratch, but slowly down now that the third vodka OJ has kicked in. I have a brand new Raspberry Pi 5 8 gig on my table. It's not mine, but I'll be using it. Spelling errors decreases your ranking. Find that on Starbucks cafe table, bathroom wall. I heard some guy lost 3 by running for his train and not grabbing a bag on the table. Lost 3 of what? Nothing I do displaces Grish. Oh, Raspberry Pi 5s. Now the Starbucks makes sense. He had just purchased them at a store in Grand Central Station, New York. That made the news. We no longer have an election to make the news, I guess. He told the news they cost him $300 each. Maybe he paid the Joe approved tariff or the JAT. All right. We are back down to 6 participants in the chat, so I think I'm going to wrap this up. And yeah, I'm hoping to get at least one more video besides midweek news out before the end of the month. So wish me luck. And it may not be an impressive video, but I'll be ramping up the different effects and things as I go forward and find a sweet spot as far as the time it takes and the end product. You know, that's kind of what I'm trying to figure out at the moment. He referred to them as mini computers. Yeah. I don't know. For me, mini computer still has a certain definition. But I guess I'm getting old. I think of a mini computer as a step down from a mainframe or a step up from a PC. Now a mini PC, I could believe that, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just being pedantic at this point. Do I get extra points for using the word pedantic in a live stream? How many of you have to look up the word pedantic to know what it means? How many figured it out from context? In any event, my beverage is gone. And no, it was not an alcoholic beverage tonight. Okay, for those of you in the audience, I guess I'll do this. I guess I can do this. I would be using the second definition here. Overly concerned with minute details or formalisms. I knew I was using it correctly. Ostentatious in one's learning. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, for me, a mini computer was a deck PDP line. I worked on those in my second job. So the community college I started in had a lab with a deck VAX. So not quite the PDP, but I guess descended from in some ways. I use that word all the time. Sure, Joe. I have never used it. Okay. On that note, I think I'm ready to close this down for the night since I want to try to get midweek news at least recorded tonight. I was asked tonight to meet with my boss tomorrow morning, so she's been out on sick leave and basically just wants a recap of what's been going on in Techland at the library. So, which is basically the same as always: lather, rinse, repeat. Try to put out fires, keep things updated. Just try to keep everybody able to be productive, right? For once, I was serious. Wow. How did you do that? What? Have Joe be serious? um, I moved down, of course. Have a good night, Grish. All right, I'm going to move out of the office for a few minutes and then regroup on midweek news. Hopefully, at least get it recorded, edit in the morning, and then hopefully have it releasing mid-morning, and have everybody happy and see what happens there. So on that note, you guys are arguing about stupid little crowns. Oh, it's too much. I will take my crown, please. I suppose I could go to Burger King and get you one of the cardboard crowns and send it to you if that would make you feel better. I'll even sign it. That'd be something. Have Burger King playing along with this new YouTube feature, right? All right. Everybody have a good night, and we'll speak again over the weekend.